All right, I'm back a little sooner than I anticipated, but I'm gonna get the hang of this one day. So here are the 8 teams that we're looking at: Terrebonne Tigers, HL Bourgeois Braves, Ellender Patriots, South Terrebonne Gators, Thibodaux High Tigers, Central Lafourche Trojans, South Lafourche Tarpons, and the Morgan City Tigers. These are the 8 area high school football teams from South Louisiana, the Helmut Thibodaux area, that we're going to be using to participate in this high school championship series that I have planned. Here's what I've got set up. I've got an entire season laid out schedule for these teams. Each team is going to play each other once. I've got home games and away games set up. Who's going to be at home? Who's going to be at away? In college football 26, that's supposed to make a difference. You're supposed to have, home field advantage. So we'll see how much that actually plays into it. I did my best to make it as fair as possible to where teams had an equal amount of home games and away games as best as possible. Of course, it didn't always work out that way, but I tried to do that with 8 teams. We're going to have a 7-game schedule, so you're either going to have 4 home and 3 away, or vice versa. But each team will have either 4 home and 3 away, or 4 away and 3 home. That's how it worked out. And I tried to set up to where the teams didn't have a stretch where it was too many, like 4 home games in a row and then 3 away games in a row. I tried to mix it up as best as possible, to keep things as fair as possible. So that's what we've got set up. We're going to roll through all of the uniform options during this process as well. So each week, we're going to be seeing some different uniform. Well, not each week, but pretty much each week, we're going to be seeing some different uniform options for all of the teams, so we can highlight those as well. Because this is South Louisiana, it's going to rain. It rains in South Louisiana a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to designate. I don't want the rain, if it's going to affect anything. I don't want it to affect anything super important, but I do want to represent that it's going to rain there. So I'm going to designate one week as a rain week. So every game for that week, since they're all in the same area, if it's raining, if it's raining in one part of Houma, it's going to be raining in the other part of Houma too. So we're going to have one week where all of the games, it's going to be a rain game. They all play in the rain that one week. So it's going to keep things fair that way as well. We're doing CPU versus CPU, as you can see on the screen. So it's going to be a slow sim between these teams. And once the season is over, what we're going to do is jump into a playoff, which I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that just yet. Excuse me. I want to do either, there's 8 teams, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do a 6 team playoff with 2 teams having the bye week, so 1 and 2 get the bye week, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 play each other for week 1, so 7 and 8 get eliminated, and then we play from there. So 1 and 2 we get a bye week. I'm either going to do a 6 team playoff, or I might just do straight up 4 team playoff where there's the top 4 teams. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out when we get closer to it. I kind of feel like I want to do the 6 team playoff just because um, I want the playoffs to go a little bit more than just 2 games. But at the same time, the 14 playoff makes the regular season feel a little more um, important that way. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel when we get to that point. We're going to keep track of their records and their standings and all that type of stuff as we go through. Now, important note here is that I cannot put them into the dynasty mode. You're not allowed to use created teams in offline dynasty. I don't know why that needs to be fixed, EA. Seriously, that's stupid. There's no reason why I can't use a team that's already downloaded on my game offline. That makes no sense. But anyway, I can't set up like a custom schedule or a custom season on the game itself. So I've got to do all that kind of behind the scenes on my own, literally handwriting it out on paper, and then I've got them typed up and set up for a nice presentation I can put up on screen. So every week I'll be able to put up a screenshot of the schedule for that particular week, so you can see who's playing who and who's at home and who's away. I'll have that for every week that we do this. But as far as how we're going to do it in the game, I'm just going to have to use the play now mode. That's just the only way I can do this. So I'll set it up in play now. I'm using some sliders. I've been doing a lot of test simulations in the background as set up for this, and I'm pretty happy with the result. I think I've got it set up where I want it. It's going to be varsity skill level. Um, the reason for that is, from what I understand, computer simulations, when you do CPU versus CPU, it doesn't play well with um, the the Heisman difficulty level. It just doesn't work well. So you tend to get the best results from either varsity or All American. I've tried All American and I wasn't as satisfied with the results on that. So I feel like there's going to be better competition. I think the games are going to be a little better with the varsity based off of what I've test simulated so far. So that's what we're going to go with. That's the reason why it was set for varsity. Um, just with the sliders that I'm using, I seem to be getting the best result from that. So that's what we're going to roll with. So using Play Now, Varsity, and then the sliders that I've got, we're going to do the CPU versus CPU sim. We're going to sim out every game. We're going to watch them like we're watching a regular game, and then we're going to keep track of who wins. Now the downside is because it's Play Now, I'm not going to be able to keep track of stats properly like we'd probably like to. I can maybe pull them up at the end of the game. I'm sorry, I did a lot of talking today. Um, I can maybe pull them up at the end of the game. So if you want to like pause the screen, um, and write them down yourself, if you want to keep track of it that way, I guess you could. But I'm not gonna be able to really keep track of the stats for the whole season. And the injury situation is again, it's going to be, we don't have like a whole season in game. We're having to manufacture a season ourselves. So what that means is that injuries are only going to last as long as the game. So there's going to be no like season-ending injuries, or no one's going to be injured for multiple games. If they do get injured and they're knocked out for the game, then they're out for the game, and that's going to happen. The injuries are going to be turned on, so that is a possibility that someone could get knocked out for the whole game and they won't return. But if the game pulls it up as like, a season-ending injury or an injury that he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks, then we're not really worried about that. He'll be out for the game, but when we move on to the next week, I'm not going to be keeping track of that. So when next game rolls around, everybody's back at full health. And that's just how it's gonna roll. Okay. So those are the primary notes I can think of. That's how we're gonna run this, and we'll crown ourselves a champion. I'm gonna do the same thing with my college teams as well. So keep an eye out for that. But I want to run through these high school teams first. There's fewer of them, so I can get through them quicker than the college one. But that's going to be fun to watch as well. So I'm hoping this will come out well. My test simulations are promising, so I'm looking forward to this. Thank you for watching this preview show so far. I hope you've learned a few things. I hope you looking forward to seeing these teams in action. I hope the uniforms look good. I hope the teams are represented well. And with the rosters that I've gone through, it's been a lot, very, very time consuming. I've spent countless hours of my own free time getting these teams set up just because I wanted to. No other reason besides I just wanted to. I wanted to put in the work and the detail to get these teams looking like this, and to reflect these rosters, and to kind of show some appreciation towards some of these guys that, hey, they played high school football. It may not be much to some people, but for a lot of these guys, that's some of the best memories of their lives will have come from playing high school football. Some valuable life lessons that you can carry throughout the rest of your life can be learned from that. And I think it's good to acknowledge that and to appreciate that. And maybe some of these guys might end up watching this and go, "Oh gosh, that brings back so many memories to watch these guys and watch my old buddies running around on this game where I never thought, I only dreamed of being in a video game. I know as a kid, when I was playing football as a kid, we played. I'm gonna show my age here, but we were playing like Tecmo Super Bowl, and we dreamed one day, it'd be amazing for us to be in a video game like that. So to be able to do that for some of these guys with a game like this, even if it's just, this little streaming thing that I'm doing, it's nothing official, obviously. I'm just doing this for fun on my own. Um, I just think it's a pretty cool thing, and I know I would like to see myself in a game like that. So I hope people can appreciate it, and I hope they like seeing if they do see themselves up on screen. I hope they like it and they appreciate it. Again, a lot of work, a lot of dedication went into this, and it's all done with love and appreciation for the sport and everybody that's participated in it and what it's done for a lot of people. So, with all that said, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you catch me here on Twitch for the live streams. I'm gonna be doing this at least once a week, probably looking at Tuesdays and or Thursdays as the most likely days that I'll be streaming live for these games. Possibly, possibly Saturday, possibly Sunday nights. Saturday nights, Sunday nights, possibly. I'm doing this on a Sunday night right now. I can't guarantee that yet, but those are going to be the nights that are going to be the most likely candidates for when I'm going to be streaming. Once I get something figured out, I'll try to put in an actual schedule on my Twitch website so you can follow that. But until I have something locked in, those are the nights you should be looking out for the live streams: Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday nights, or Sunday nights. It may not be all of those nights. It might be one of those nights. It might be two of those nights in various orders. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure something out. And then make sure you check out my YouTube channel, like and subscribe there, because once they've disappeared off of here, because I'm not an affiliate yet, I'm just starting all this. So these games will be up on Twitch for a little while, and then when they go bye-bye, they'll get uploaded to my YouTube channel for future reference, so you can always watch it at a later date. If you miss something or you want to get caught up or you just want to rewatch, it should be up there for posterities. Um, so anyway, thanks again. That'll do it for tonight. We ran pretty long here, so I think we're going to call it tonight. I was thinking about doing one of the games, simulated games tonight, but I think we're going to pass on that, and I'm just going to go ahead and get that kicked off later on this week, either Tuesday night or Thursday night. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you. Thank you so much.